Hi, Frankie here. In this video, we're going to look at two simple methods of sidechaining in FL Studio. This is the mixing desk. Let's get to it. The methods we're going to use today are, number one, using a limiter. This is by far the preferred method by professionals and will yield the best results and give you the most control. Number two, we're going to use a plugin called the Fruity Love Philter. The latter is not really true sidechaining, but can yield decent results in the right situations. Sidechaining can really clean up a mix and add a sense of rhythm that just has a very pro feel to it. For this example, I set up a simple 4-beat kick and a sub bass. The kick is routed to insert 1 and the sub is routed to insert 2. Let's take a listen. Okay, nothing fancy there, but I promise you it's going to get better. So, when you sidechain, you're basically wanting a sound to kind of duck out in response to another sound. In this case, we want the sub to reduce in volume in response to the kick drum. Since we want the sub to reduce in volume, the first thing we want to do is add a Fruity limiter to the sub insert. So we're going to do that by going here on the top and clicking on the mixer. And we're going to select the sub, and we're going to go over here to the stack and add the Fruity limiter. That's under Dynamics right here. Okay. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the compressor section. So we'll click there, and we want to note this sidechain area. We're going to come back to that in a minute, but we're not quite ready for that yet. Okay, so when you sidechain, you basically have a trigger sound. In this case, the kick is the trigger. So when the kick sounds, we want the sub to duck out. So we're going to go here and select the kick. And we're going to go down here to this little arrow and we're going to right click on that. Down here, right click on that little arrow and we're going to sidechain to this track. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go click on our sub. We're going to go over here to the Fruity limiter and open that up. And then we're going to go down to sidechain and right click on that and click on kick. Now, if we go to play this now, it's still not going to do anything audible. So the first thing we want to do is bring our threshold down. We want to get it in this range so it can start having an effect on it. And then the second thing we want to do is bring our ratio up. And you'll see that's starting to have an effect on that now. More prominent as we get a little bigger. And you can kind of play with the other sounds in here too to kind of affect it. So like we can take this knee and adjust it and give it a little bit more prominence. And that's it. You've completed your first sidechain. Now, sidechaining will work with any combination of instruments and triggers. So you can have a vocal duck out, or you can have a guitar, acoustic guitar duck down a little bit when your vocals come in. You can take any instrument and sidechain to any other instrument. Really useful for cleaning up a mix. So that's the number one way. Number two, we're going to use a little plugin called the Fruity Love Philter. So I'm just going to quickly undo what we've done here. Now, if you listen to this, it's going to sound just like it did before. So what we want to do when we add the Fruity Love Philter. Now, this is not true sidechaining, but it can kind of give you a similar effect. And if you're in a hurry and you know that things are going to land right on a kick, this works pretty well. So in the same way we added the limiter, we'll click here on the sub, select the track. We'll go over here and we're going to go through and add the Fruity Love Philter. That's under filters here, right there. And then under presets, you're going to come here and go down toward the bottom and there's one called Sidechain Low Frequency. That is pretty much it. When we play this, you get that effect. And you can kind of play with these parameters and get different sounds. I encourage you to get in and play around with these settings and create your own sounds. That's one of the most amazing parts about sound design, is just getting in there and playing and doing something that just is ear candy to you. So get in there and make some ear candy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you found this useful and want to learn more about music production, please take a moment to click that subscribe button and notification bell so you won't miss the new tutorials as we release them. Until next time, we hope to see you in the next video.